Columbia College Basketball, the Cougars Coaches Show here on MediaCom Channel 22. My name is Cosmo. Amanda Phillips, junior for the Cougars, number 15, and head coach Mike Davis. The Cougars with 5 losses, 11-5, 2-0 in conference play as we speak, and a couple big games this week at McKendree, taking on the Lady Bearcats, and then a home game against the Stephens College Stars on Saturday at 2 o'clock. Coach, talking about your player here, Amanda Phillips, the one trait that if you could bottle up, keep it in that office in that kind of break the glass in case of emergency moment when you got a game, whether it's 2 years from now or later this season, what would that trait be if you could smash that thing open with a hammer?
I think if you look at Amanda, the last word that's going to come to mind is the one I'm going to use, but she's tough. And, they hear it from me day after day. I love tough people. And, when you look at Amanda, you would think, well, she's built kind of this way or that way. But there's a great toughness there with how she plays, how she competes. And I think it really has carried over to our younger players this year. So, the shot blocking may be what you see on the court, but I think the toughness as a coach is what I enjoy.
Now, Amanda, same question back to you. If you had that bottle to put in there of Coach Davis, a trait that when you're done here after next season at Columbia College and you move on and maybe you're coaching or whatever you're doing in your
– Do I want to hear this?
In your marketing job, what would that you look back at a CC moment in basketball, whether it's a practice or a game or a road trip or what would that trait be of Coach Davis?
I was going to say firmness,
There we go,
but just his desire to do everything possible for not only me individually as a player, but for all of us to win. It's just he will do anything possible so that not only can we get a W, but we continue to grow. And so I love that about him as a coach. A little coaching moment. I heard it during one of the timeouts, and now I can't remember which game it was. As I was walking back up, all I heard you say was, okay, so you have your thumb and you have a hammer. And I was like, this should be good. So I usually don't stop and listen to the timeouts between yourself and Coach Bircher, but that one piqued my interest, and so I had to sit down and listen to that one. You're like, if you hit your thumb once, what are you doing it again for? And I love how you
coaches are a little crazy.
Work.
Coaches are a little crazy. I think it goes with the job. I think when they interview you, if you're not just a little, off center, you're not hired. But, that's one of my favorites. If you hit your thumb with a hammer and it hurts, and you hit again, it hurts, well, quit doing that. Do something different. So, sometimes it gets pretty simple. It's not all X's and O's.
All right. Now, we talked earlier about Amanda mentioned the story of how she came to Columbia College. Is that pretty much how you remember to talk about that day at the gym over there at Southwell?
You never know how you're going to get players. I mean, some you recruit for months and months and months, and you don't get them, and you come back the second time. And Kayla Rice, who we have right now on the team, we recruited her out of high school. Went to a junior college. We recruited her out of that school. Went to Moberly, and we finally get her from Moberly. With Amanda, someone that really we had no contact with, was there on campus in the gym, and we still had a scholarship available, and it was obvious to see the potential there and things that she could do, and got to visiting, and she was wanting to leave where she was at, and I mean it was literally as easy as it could have worked. So you never know, and I truly believe whether it's in whatever you do, it's connections. Very seldom do we get any player that there's not some connection through the school, through an ex-player, through someone maybe that played for us in the past, and almost always there's some connection. And with Veronica Smith, there was that connection to Amanda, and it's been a great fit for us, and I hope she's enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed having her.
And it's not just with the basketball team, it's also with the soccer team. There's many stories of, one player comes from this system, and another guy, Edgar Reyna is a guy that came in from a connection with Alex Rangel, and back and forth, and it's beyond networking. It's unbelievable how that kind of
it's a small world sometimes. It really is. In sports, it draws everyone together when there's some connection or someone or someone you've played with, and it brings you back together.
Let's talk about, let's say practice ends whenever it is this afternoon, and you get a 5-minute one-on-one game. How many blocks is she throwing down on Coach Davis?
Boy, I don't know about that. What do you think, Amanda?
Let's be honest, at least.
What do you think?
I'm going to scoot over here.
I'm not saying I would shoot in there where she's going to be at, though. So who knows with that?
Yeah.
What do you think, Amanda?
I think I could at least get 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think you'd get 1 or 2.
Okay. He would get a few threes, though. I'm not going to.
Of course, my conditioning, the game wouldn't last long, so you have to know about that.
Well, and then this new jump shot that apparently is all the rage over there at Southwell Complex.
I hope she keeps it for tomorrow. That's what we want. Just don't give it back.
Now, do you have a challenge where you challenged her? How much of that was hey, let's work on that specifically? Like, hey, all right, you've got the defense is down, but How much of that do you have with Amanda and other players where there's a specific part of their game that you really want them to work on that comes into play?
I think one thing with Amanda that we've really seen, you have X amount of time in practice to work with players. And some of that is individual, but a lot of it is team-oriented. And I think the players that really develop are the ones that when you're not watching, when no one is with them, they're still in that gym and working on things. And trust me, Amanda's one of those young ladies that you see in the gym working on her own when no one else is in there. And I think that's the reason she's developed. And the other thing is I think she's someone that it's become very important to. And when the program's important to you, we've talked about renting a car and owning a car and what it looks like Saturday morning when you bring it back. But I think for her, she's taken great ownership in the program, and with that, the development has come.
Well, congratulations on the top 25 ranking. I know it's only a number on a piece of paper. You obviously got to get the W's, especially in conference play here, and a big one at McKendree, and then home against Stevens. And I wish you luck against those opponents, and we'll talk again here in a couple weeks. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cosmo.
Amanda Phillips, number 15, junior of the Columbia College Cougars, and head coach Mike Davis joining us on the Cougar Coaches Show here on Mediacom Channel 22. Thanks for watching.